Okay. I guess I already have the this one pulled up. Let me. Okay, so I got to the part in the tutorial. Let me know if you need to open my Substance Designer files, but it's the part in the tutorial. I already made like the grass material in Substance Painter. I can I already made the grass material, the dirt material, the path material, and
Nice.
they have like height maps and everything, but for some reason, let me just start opening all of these. For some reason, when I followed the tutorial like pretty thoroughly, but for some reason when I got to the part where it was time to paint the landscape, you can't see the like the height maps, or you can't see, it's just a flat color like you can see.
Yeah, you
So
can't see anything. Yeah, I get that.
yeah. So let me hold on. Maybe it's something wrong with, I mean, this is like a lot. So I don't know where to even start. I can send you uh
Yeah,
like a link
I
to the tutorial maybe, or I don't know which would be more most helpful.
yeah, ideally you could share the whole project with me, I think, because I could walk you through all the different thingies, but I
Okay.
think I think maybe it's best if I boot it up, look at it, find the issue, and then record a video telling you, "Hey, this X or Y was the issue." But let's look at it. So you've
Okay.
got the way that I think this is working is you've got a master material for the landscape, and then you're using material functions inside this master material, correct? And then blending them.
Yeah, so this is the master material, and then I have, I'm not sure what so the material instance is for to apply that to the
To the
landscape.
landscape. Yes, and then
Yeah.
edit the
Okay. So
whole.
yeah, like you said, I have,
Yeah.
yeah, I have
Show me one of the materials here.
uh
So the dirt
like
color. No, yeah,
see,
exactly what you're showing me right now. But then, yeah, let me see what's going on with it.
it looks flat, like the for some reason all the normal map, the ORD, which I'm not even totally sure what the ORD is, but they look flat when they're supposed to. I'm
Yes,
gonna
what it looks like to
pull them
me
up.
is that they're tiling too much. Maybe they're infinitely tiling right now, and that
Oh,
and
okay.
then you need to adjust the tiling on it. Do you have the? That would be like the simplest thing, but maybe it's something else. Oh, actually, the value for your dirt tiling is 0, so that could be something. Could you set the dirt tiling to 1 on the left? Yeah,
Huh, okay.
you're
Hold on.
dividing by 0, so yep, that was it.
Okay. That was literally it?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, yeah, that looks like it worked. Oh my goodness.
yeah.
Okay,
There's
so you said what was happening is basically it's
yeah.
hold
Could
on,
you
repeat what was happening again?
yeah? Can you frame landscape coordinates divide and dirt tiling right now? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, so do you see those? These three on the left here. I wish I could do. Maybe we do this on Zoom next time because I wish I could draw on the screen. But these three right now, what you're doing is landscape coords is you're sampling the general XYZ coordinates of the landscape, right?
Mhm.
Uh, which means it's space, like where it's in the world space. There are different spaces when we're talking about game dev and using the engine. So there's world space, there's local space, there's tangent space, and there's camera space. There may be different spaces, different from these ones, but those are the most common ones. World space is the space in the actual world, like when you drag something in the scene, the XYZ coordinates of that's the world space. Local
Okay.
space is the space within the object itself. Tangent space is the location in the surface of the object. So usually the normals are
Which
the
one?
surface. Yeah, go
Sorry,
ahead.
I'm taking notes because that's really useful. Can you repeat that last one that you said? Which one? So you've said world
The
space, local space.
yeah, tangent space, which is the space in the surface of the object,
Okay.
right? So, and normal wise, and I'm giving like very surface level explanations of these. It would be useful for you to read up on them in the like Unreal documentation, or just generally these are rendering terms, so generally you'll find resources on them that can explain it much better
Okay.
than I could anyway, right? But it's
Okay.
just useful to have just a loose definition in your head, so that you can troubleshoot, etc. So landscape
Yeah.
chords, it's sampling the world space for your landscape. Oh, okay. And then
Yeah.
what Justin Wallace is doing here, and uh, hopefully he explained this in the tutorial and didn't just make you like put a bunch of notes together and didn't explain what you're doing. But what he's doing here is
Oh,
he's oh shit. Well, that's what I
he
did in
was
my
like
tutorial anyway. But
he kind of like yeah, like he gave surface level explanations, I guess. Yeah. He did
okay,
like
okay, okay.
flat out say at the beginning, I'm not gonna go over foundations in this tutorial, so
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Well, yeah, yeah. These are useful things that I can help out with anyway. So he's dividing the landscape world space coordinates by a number.
Mhm.
Uh, that means that
Oh,
he's adjusting the coordinates in a certain way, and then you can modulate them and use them as UV coordinates on a texture, right? So one thing that's going to help you out is XYZ is, or rather XY is the same as UV. So U is the vertical and V is the horizontal, or actually maybe it's the other way around. But no, no, actually X is the horizontal and Y is the vertical, so U and V, right? Those are equivalent.
hmm,
So whenever you hear someone saying in shader math or shader logic, XYZ or RGB or UV, those are not interchangeable, but they're compatible, right? So a
okay,
lot of the times you'll see someone with a vector 3. So a vector 3 can be a color or it can be three numbers, like the dirt tint you have over there, the white on the right of that.
okay,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a vector 3. So comprised of three numbers. You'll actually see four numbers there because it's RGBA. There's the alpha channel as well. Uh,
okay,
yeah, RGB stands for red, green, and blue, which are three different channels. Those channels are grayscale channels that together comprise a full image with full color. And you said you didn't know what an ORD was, or ORM sometimes it's called, or any other variation of this. An
yeah,
ORM texture, which is the standard, is occlusion, roughness, metallic texture. That means that the red channel contains an ambient occlusion map, the blue channel contains a roughness map, or rather, the green channel contains a roughness map, and the blue channel contains a metallic. The name of that is
okay,
a packed texture. So a channel packed texture, actually. So that means that there is a different texture in each of the RGB channels that allows you to use one texture, but actually have three of them. Since they're grayscale
oh,
textures, they don't need the three channels; they only need one. And a color texture or RGB texture has three channels. That means you can pack three textures into one.
okay,
Substance Painter will do that for you automatically if you select the Unreal um, preset, but you can do that by hand as
oh,
well.
right,
You could just boot up Photoshop, go into the Channels tab. In fact, I could do a demonstration about that right now. Maybe I should actually. So
oh
let
sure,
me,
let me,
because that's actually a pretty bread and butter thing uh,
okay,
that
see,
you'll be
that's,
using like
I feel like
every day.
oh, sorry,
No, no, go ahead.
yeah, I just feel like I'm missing a lot of that sort of stuff, you know, the
Yeah,
foundational, the definitely like the technical stuff. I'm missing a lot of it. So you said to find out more, just read the Unreal um the Unreal documentation,
that
and
would help
then
you. Yeah, and but it can be kind of boring or overly complex. So you could just ask me as well, or
okay,
but it would be good for you to learn where to look, as well, in case I'm not around anymore, which will be the case. You'll need to
Yeah.
work by yourself, etc. So I'm just giving you notes on how you would do it on your own, like find these things on your own, right? Let me
Yeah.
share my screen, my entire screen. Can you see it?
Uh, where is? Oh, okay. Yes,
Yeah,
I can see
Discord is
it.
kind of finicky. Right, you see Photoshop
Yeah.
with like a weird texture on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. So this is an RMA texture, so that means it's a roughness metallic occlusion. It's inverted. Uh, Whenever you see like a texture that looks weird, all color print stuff, and it has a RMA or ORM, or I've seen ORMH, or whatever, that means it's a packed channel packed texture. This only has 3 channels. So on the red channel, you have roughness. So this is the roughness map. And
Right.
here in Photoshop, you have the layers panel over here, and then you have channels, right? So this is all channels. You can see them. And this is
Yep.
just the red channel, which is just the roughness. So this is what the engine is seeing when you have like you pull the texture up, and then on the right like you have a bunch of different circles, right? And like one of them is all the channels, and then there's an
Yeah.
R, a G, etc. Yeah. So if you only
Yeah.
pull the R, this is what you're gonna be using. And then if you only
Okay.
pull the green, this is what you're gonna be using. And then if you only pull the blue, this is what you're gonna be using. And then yeah, the blue here is the ambient occlusion. So here you see it. And
Yeah.
then when you export it, it's gonna look like this, but then etc. Uh, in Unreal, I should actually boot up Unreal. So let me do that. So I should
Yeah.
have done that as well. So
It did it pretty long. I mean, it did it pretty quick with, or actually no, it hasn't. It hasn't even opened for you. Never mind. I thought it like just opened the program.
nah, yeah, this is just the Epic launcher. It
Yeah, the
usually
Epic
takes
game.
so long. It sucks. I don't know. I wish I could make it. Oh, actually, maybe it just did it pretty fast. I don't know. Did it open? Yeah, it did.
Oh,
It did it pretty
yeah,
fast. I had it open a while ago, so maybe that's why. Let's go to
yeah.
like whatever. Right, so we got
Oh,
a
that looks
scene
really cool.
here. Thank you. Yeah, it's some skins I did for a game. The company uh just closed though,
Oh
unfortunately.
no. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. You've got your texture here, and this is a packed texture as well, just exported from uh, Substance Painter. If you open it
Hmm.
here, you can also visualize the individual channels in Unreal here, right? So
Okay.
if you ever need to do that, and also this is a packed channel, you need to go over here and disable sRGB for it. Can you see the
Oh,
difference?
what's the? Okay. So that's like a different pack.
Uh,
Is
y-
sRGB or?
oh, so sRGB is a color space. That's something else entirely. Um, sRGB or Filmic sRGB or any other, etc. Those are different color spaces, gamma color spaces. Um, Basically, it's a different way to convey color, right? And
Okay.
since this is not this is a linear, supposed to be used as a linear map. That means it's supposed to be used as a grayscale map and not as a color map.
Hmm.
That's why we
So you
disable
don't need that.
sRGB. Yeah, generally
Okay.
you would keep our sRGB on for textures like this for diffuse, right?
Okay.
Because we're using the full color space, right? We're using all of the colors. But this is a grayscale texture. In order for it to be like actually represented, like there's a big difference between these.
Yeah.
We need to turn off sRGB because it's giving the color treatment to something that doesn't need the color treatment, basically.
Okay.
Um,
It makes sense.
and yeah, Unreal recognizes it as a color texture because it comes in with all 3 channels packed, right? But it's actually not. So we need to go in and do it by hand and save it. And I realize I haven't done that to any of the textures in here.
Oh,
So let's do that. Uh,
yeah.
you go ahead, select all of them, and then you go to Asset Actions, edit selection in Property Matrix. This will open the property matrix here with all of the different things that you can edit. Then you just go over and search for sRGB.
Oh, I didn't know it was a thing. Okay.
Yeah, because otherwise you would just go individually and lose a bunch of time. So this saves you
Yeah,
a
that's
bunch
what
of
I would
time.
have.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then after you're done, just save it out, and boom, all of them are fixed. And I have a big issue in my materials now because something
Oh
broke.
no.
So let's see what happened. I have a master weapon material. Okay, so the
Mhm.
sampler type here is giving me a legible error, right? So sampler type is color,
Yeah.
should be linear color. That's because of what I just said. The sRGB was tagged, and so when I added a texture here, it automatically selected the sampler type for me. Where is it? Here. It automatically selected the sampler type for me as color.
Mm,
But this is, not using color. I'm using
yeah.
individual channels here. So I'll just go over here and select, actually, usually it would be linear grayscale, but Unreal 5 changed the parameters for this, so it needs to be linear color now, even though it's a
Okay.
grayscale map. But here it is, saved, and now the that's fixed. But I realized
Okay.
I actually um, tweaked values that I shouldn't have. So
Oh.
because yes RGB was on, I tweaked values that I shouldn't have, and then made so now it looks good. Now it looks correct.
Okay. I see.
Um, so that's the ORM explanation. So now you know what ORM is, pack channels.
Yeah.
Now you know why the thingy was broken. Yeah, let's go back to your issue actually. Now that
So
I've explained all
ORM
that.
is occlusion roughness metallic, and then ORD is occlusion roughness. The
Good
what's the
question.
D4?
So yeah, Justin, since he made that and like he's doing the tutorials, he should explain it. But
Okay.
you could pull up the texture and I'll try to guess. You know,
Okay. Let me. And then this one. Um, you said pull up the. Okay, pull up the
yeah, pull up an
texture. Where did
ORD
I?
texture and I'll try to tell you what it is.
Where did I put? Whoa, why'd I do that?
If it's like you have the landscape, just select it here in this material,
Okay.
and I'll show you how to find
Like
it.
select the landscape in the scene.
No, no. In this material, the landscape,
Oh,
select like the texture. Yeah, this ORD texture here. You can select it. The one under it. Yes. And then scroll a little bit on the left there. If you click the folder with the what's uh I f- yeah, this one.
this
Yeah.
one?
If you what's that thing called? The thing, the magnifying glass. Yes, the folder with the magnifying
Yeah.
glass. Yeah. You click that already? Go to your just your content browser, your just the general. Yeah. And yeah, can you see it's
One
already
second.
selected
Sorry.
over there? Yeah, no problem. Yeah, it's already selected there. The dirt
Yeah.
already.
Do I open it?
Yeah. Go ahead and
The
open it,
okay.
and we'll figure out what it is. Select the blue chat, like unselect the red and green, and just leave the blue selected. Wow, I have no idea. Maybe it's a height, depth. Oh, D for depth. Maybe it is, but
Oh,
that's
okay.
yeah. Maybe it's a depth thing. That's not industry standard naming though. You would do a height instead of depth, so it would be ORH. But
Oh,
I'm
okay.
pretty sure it's the height map. I'm pretty sure it's the height map. Uh,
Okay. How could you
yeah.
tell?
It's a
Just
black
'cause.
and white map with some deeper splotches and etc. So, and the D. I'm just guessing that it's a
Okay.
depth. You know,
Okay. That makes sense.
it doesn't have a lot of info
Um.
though.
Oh, sorry. I exited out of it because I
No,
was
yeah,
gonna
that's
do
fine.
the thing you said. Okay. So
Yeah, go
I
ahead and
understand
fix
now.
that
So
for yeah. You were dividing by zero, and then whenever you divide by zero,
yeah,
that would just give you
that's 0. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Uh, and then yeah, the updated um update this one. Okay. That makes a lot of sense. I don't know at what point in the tutorial. I guess I must have missed it, but okay.
Yeah,
I see. All right, nice.
there it is. Yeah,
Yay. Okay.
it helps
Now
to
go
yeah,
ahead.
and it looks like the height map is working correctly as well. You could check that out later, but it looks from where I'm standing, it looks like it's working, but I don't know
Okay, awesome. I was like, it took me so long because I was looking over all the notes
all
and
the
I'm like, is
nodes and
everything
shit. Yeah,
connected? Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
it would
Okay.
definitely help you to go over like the same video twice. I find that that
Yeah.
helps me at least because yeah, sometimes when you're trying to copy the values, it can get kind of crazy.
Okay. Well, all
Yeah,
right. So you said try and, get through the Unreal documentation for the technical stuff, and then what else did oh, I also wanted to show you, yeah, the I wanted the feedback on the was really okay. That was like a really I don't think I would have uh thought of that myself, so
nah, you would have figured
so
it
thank
out, but
you.
it's good
I hope.
to go in and help. I shared with you a
Oh,
channel of a guy called Ben Cloward. He's a technical artist in the game dev industry, and he has like a shit ton of shader videos uh
okay.
in Unreal and stuff. That will definitely help you.
Oh, okay. I'll check that one out. Thank you.
Yep.
Oh, let's see if this loads. Uh, so it's like a sword. Yeah, I think my computer's gonna blow up. Okay, there it is. It's this sword. I have the reference here.
Yo.
Thank you. I spent a lot of time on it, so I was hoping, it was good. I still, when you like spend so long on something that you kind of just can't let it go. You're like, it needs more. I need to, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
that's
No,
like
I definitely
that's what's
get that.
happening. Yeah, so that's what's happening for me, and I was like, okay, like I added. Oh, let's see if it loads. I started adding an outline to this. Like, for me, it just definitely feels like it's. I don't know. I don't know if I add the outline. I don't know if I take it out, because without the outline, it feels like there's something. Because I wanted kind of like this. This is, I forget who this is by, but I was looking for this, and I
Yeah.
noticed I don't have this effect. Like it's not giving
Yeah, I can
painterly. Yeah.
it's pretty painterly. I think you've got a pretty solid style going on right now.
Okay.
It reminds me a lot of League of Legends style, and it looks pretty cool. Can I see the whole sword?
The reference.
No,
It's
no, yeah,
um.
yours. Yeah, you already zoomed out, so that's helping me out.
Here's the yeah, and if there's anything I could have, I don't know if I packed this like efficiently, because I did have trouble with like the UV um packing aspect of it. I don't know if you can just tell by like first glance that, oh, you could have done this, you could have, but yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
struggled with this
So
part.
yeah, so talking about UV first, you've got quite a bit of UV distortion going on in your the actual sword part.
Yeah.
But the sword is laid out correctly, like it's taking up as much space as as it can, so that's fine. And you also there's a common mistake that people make that they put it in the diagonal to try and get more texel density out of it, and you didn't do that, which is great because when stuff is in the diagonal, they actually take up more pixels for the same resolution. So
Oh,
that's good.
okay.
Yeah, on the left, everything is expertly laid out, pretty good. But on the right, you got a lot of empty space going on, and that
Yeah.
you could have used much better. Oftentimes, in hand painted pieces, people won't notice when stuff is like doesn't match textile density wise, so that's fine.
Okay.
But I would definitely. I don't know how much time you got, and I won't tell you to redo the UVs because then you'll need to like reproject the details and stuff. After
Yeah.
you're done, I'll teach you how to bake it, like how to bake your existing one into like a new a mesh with like a different UV set that is better.
Okay.
And yeah, I
Oh,
could
I
teach you how
didn't
to
even
do
know
that.
that was a thing.
Yeah, you
Okay,
could do that
thank
with
you.
Marmoset. And then if you don't have
Oh,
Marmoset,
okay.
you just get a student free trial, or
Yeah.
if you're not against it, you could crack it, and I'll help you do that. But so a lot of people are against that morally, etc., and I am
I'm
cognizant of
not.
that. So
No, it's fine.
yeah, all right,
I'm fine with it.
yeah. And
Yeah.
then for feedback, I really like your painting. I think it's looking pretty nice.
Thank you.
I would
Thank you.
take a print screen of it. I'll do a paint over as soon as I get the time, because I
Okay.
think that's better for you than just me yapping. But
Yeah.
what I could tell you, if you could just disable the red symmetry
Oh,
line thing, that would
okay.
be good.
I'll take the screenshot later.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You
Uh,
could do that later and then just show it to me. I really like it. I think it's I love your gradients. I think it's league style, adjacent. I like it.
okay.
I
Yay.
think what you could do is you could boost contrast a little bit on the details in the actual sword. There's like a 5 detail on top, like more go up a little bit. Yeah, yeah, these details. Yeah, you could boost contrast
Okay.
under them a little bit. Maybe add some AO under them a little bit, just to make them pop. In your reference, original reference, the outline sort of does that job. But you could do
Okay.
that with a little bit more gradients, a little bit more AO. I do really like the way it looks already, though, and it's a huge step up from what
Thank
you got
you.
in your portfolio. So if it's if it's something you post, it's definitely gonna like get you in a new level, let's say. Um,
Okay.
Also, some of the details in your reference in this same section, they're sharper than what you have. I do love
Okay.
how soft you went with a lot of this detail. Uh, and that will help you put emphasis on whatever is sharper, right? So if you go in now and add some sharper details here and there, so by sharper details I mean just a sharper transition in general instead of just a soft gradient, that will
Okay.
really hammer home some of these details. And keep in mind that uh, soft versus sharp contrast is also like focal point worthy detail, right? So if the whole thing
Mm.
is soft and then you add some sharp here and there, it really catches the eye. So you could use that to your advantage here and draw the viewer's eye to the focal point, maybe. And you're already doing some of that here because your sharpest corners are in the focal point, which I assume is the middle of the sword, close to the hilt. So you're already doing a
Yeah.
lot of that. Yeah, so yeah, so this I would say this is your focal point. If it is, at the very end after you're done painting, what I would do is I would add a very subtle multiply layer over everything, and then mask out the middle so that the middle is brighter, just a little bit, tad bit, crumb brighter than everything else, to really hammer that point home even more.
Okay.
And
So
then up,
wait, hold on. So you said make middle brighter with the multiply. I'm
yes.
also writing this part down with multiply
Yeah, my bad if I'm
math.
speaking like super fast.
No, you're good. I just needed that last part to
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
escape me. But the rest, okay. So you also said, um, make give it more occlusion is what you said, right? The give it the
Yes.
AO so that would be like just because I see like this the how do you say like the edges of this are a lot darker in the
Yes,
reference. Is that what you
yeah,
mean?
exactly. That's what
Okay.
I mean. In the reference, it's the outline because it's 2D, right? So it's the outline doing that work. So what
Okay.
I'm suggesting is, yeah, do some of that, but just AO softer a little bit, and
Okay.
maybe it'll get you there. If you really want the outline, I could teach you a way how to do the outline. Basically, you duplicate the mesh, invert the faces on it, and paint it black, and this will give you like a pretty cool outline in 3D. It's
So
just
you said
it,
duplicate. Sorry,
yeah,
duplicate.
duplicate, invert the faces on it. So, are you familiar with backface culling or what that means?
I've definitely heard it before, but I'm not sure. Oh wait, is
Right.
it the like when you paint on something that you can't, it won't like transfer over to the back face? Is it that, or is that something else?
Yes, it's that's it's similar. Yeah, it's
Okay.
the same sort of principle. So basically, uh, in a rendering engine, if you have a plane, right, the front face of the
Mhm.
plane will be rendered normally, so you can see the plane. But the back face, so the part behind it, is transparent. It's not rendered unless
Okay.
back face culling is off. So if backface culling is on, it means back faces get culled out. Culled means they don't appear, right? They don't get rendered. So if backface culling
Okay.
is off, the backface shows up. Now there's something else about backfaces that is very useful to us stylized artists in particular is backfaces. If backface culling is off and backfaces are rendered, they are always darker than the front face. Okay?
Okay.
This is especially important if you're making grass, because if you want to make fluffy grass, you'll notice that you'll turn on. So in engines, in Unreal, for instance, you can turn on two-sided in the material for grass and foliage, and then it will render both faces. It will render back face. So instead of like back face culling off, it's actually called two-sided. You know, so you make a two-sided
Okay.
material. That means both sides of the plane get rendered. But you'll notice when you make grass that one side is looking like you want it to look, like fluffy and good, but the other side is dark. It's darker than the normal. Um,
Okay.
there are many fixes to this, but just keep in mind that back faces are always darker than front faces. What you
Okay.
can do in Unreal is use something called two-sided sign, which means that the back faces get flipped, and so they're rendered as front faces. So essentially, you have two front faces, and that gets rid of the dark back face issue. There's just a little
Okay.
piece of good info for you because you're definitely gonna run into this later down the line.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why did I start talking about? Oh, okay.
Oh.
So you're gonna duplicate it and you're gonna invert the
Yeah.
faces. What does that mean? That means that the model becomes transparent, but you can see the back faces, which are now inverted. Which so the front faces are now the back faces, and you paint them black. That means and you also make the model a little bigger, this duplicate model. That means that when you look at the model, you're going to see your texture, but on the edges of it, you're going to see the other model, which is black. So this gives you
Oh.
the outlines you're looking for. Um,
Okay.
I could do a
That's
demonstration
definitely.
for that if you're down. I could do a demonstration right now for you.
Oh yeah, I would love that. Thank you.
Yeah, and if you don't
But
want it, if you don't want to do it right now, you could just send me the model and the texture, and I'll do it later down the line.
I
And
will.
you
Could
just
I
remind me.
screen record your demonstration and then I can just
Yes,
take that
I'm
and.
recording as well. So
Oh, okay, okay,
I intend to send you the recording, but you can definitely record for yourself as well if you want.
okay. Then it's fine. I'll just stick with yours.
Yeah, let
Let
me
me
see if
open.
Blender renders back faces by default or not. And if it does, then I'll need to figure out how to turn that off to demonstrate it to you.
Okay, but basically, so I can do this in. Oh wait, I thought that was something that I could do in. Oh right, you can't do that in Substance Painter. Okay, so I would have to take it back to. Um.
You can
I.
do it in Substance Painter.
Oh, you can.
Do you want me
Okay.
to do it? Do you want me to do it in Substance Painter? Do you plan on using it for rendering?
Uh, whichever. I was gonna render in, cause I'm following a tutorial sort of, and he did it in Houdini. He rendered in Houdini, I'm pretty sure.
Right.
So I was like, maybe I'll do that. I've never like properly rendered anything, so I was wondering. Yeah, I was just gonna follow the tutorial, but I'll do it where in whichever engine. I don't really have a preference because I've never done it, so I don't know.
Yeah, you could do it whatever is best for you, really. So
Okay.
whichever you like best, or you're most comfortable with.
Okay, can it be done in Unreal?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, you,
I think I'll do it then in Unreal, but
yeah. You can render
I
out
don't know.
wherever, and the effect is the same.
Okay,
Let me see if back faces are rendered by default in Blender, so I need to figure out how to not render back faces. Give me a sec,
yeah,
or I'll just do it in Unreal maybe. Actually, yeah. Let me just do it in Unreal. Send me the model and the textures, and I'll do it in Unreal.
okay. Oh, sorry, I was getting a call, but it's fine. So send the model. Okay. Where did I put that? I haven't exported these. Let me see if I can
Yeah, you could.
remember how to
Yeah,
do
you could do it a file, export mesh, and export textures, and then
it. Okay.
they'll be fine.
Export. Let me. Hello. Okay. Um.
Do it as an FBX if you can.
Okay. Uh. Let me. I'll put it here. Where? Okay. And then. Export textures. Um. I don't know which one. Is this fine? This
Let me see.
template or?
Do the Unreal. Do
Oh, right.
But
Okay.
is this unlit only? Do you have any other maps or no?
I don't know what that means.
So Substance Painter is a PBR texturing software. That means that you have a diffuse, an AO, ambient occlusion. You have roughness, normal, etc. So if you're not using any of those, and this is just fully hand painted, that means you're using only the diffuse or only the albedo, which is the color map. So what I asked you is this only color?
Yeah, this is only color. It's all
Oh,
hand
it
painted.
for sure. Yeah, it doesn't really matter then. You could definitely use just the template you have then.
Okay. Uh.
Yeah,
Okay, I can leave that
PNG or
like
a
that.
TGA is good.
Okay.
Whenever if you're working for games and stuff, always use TGA, never use PNG. But since it's just a demonstration, whatever,
Okay.
it could be a PNG. That it doesn't matter. The
Okay.
texture set size, that will depend on like your art director or your technical director usually tell you how much you should be using to alter assets. Usually, I'll just do it at 2K though, so 2048.
Okay. Does that have to do with, because I remember at one point in the texture set settings, I made the quality, I don't want to close this, but I made the quality
Yeah.
4K. Does that have anything to do with
Yes, it
this
does.
or?
So you could put it up 4K then. When you create your document,
Okay.
usually you'll set the size that you'll be working on, and then yeah, 4K is
Okay.
definitely it's like high def, and then you can. It's always good to work higher and go lower because if you work lower, you cannot go higher. So yeah.
Okay.
If you
Yeah.
want to
Okay.
close this without losing what you're doing, you could just click save settings and it will close itself and save whatever you're doing.
Oh, facts. Okay. You're right. Um, this, uh,
Yeah, these are just the templates. You use this screen if you want to create a template for yourself that isn't represented in the list.
okay, but I can use, uh, which one should I
You could just use the one you
do this?
have to
Leave
export
it
if
at
you
this?
want.
Okay.
Yeah,
Uh,
and these are the
and
maps that
then
it's gonna export.
let me check where it's, okay. Okay, and then I'll just,
Let me create like a new level.
okay. If, so I'm putting this in my, uh, portfolio, obviously. Do you think the UVs, like, because obviously they should be bigger, you know, do you
Yeah,
think it kind of
when
Like,
you're about to post, uh, I'll help you out, and I wouldn't post it as is. If you don't want
yeah.
to mess with them, then just don't show UVs. That's fine. It's not like a
Okay.
set requirement. Maybe you'll show them on your next thing, whatever. But if you're
Okay.
set on showing UVs, I'll help you out transferring them onto another
Okay.
model
Thank
with
you.
better UVs, and then I'll walk you through how you would do
Okay.
that.
I definitely could like make this. I mean, if I'm gonna change this anyways, I could make this. This is like 5,000 uh tries, so I could make this like a little less um
Let me
heavy.
see, because I'm not looking right now. Can you show me
Okay.
wireframe? Well, actually, I'll look at the wireframe because I have it right
Okay.
now. I'm importing it to Unreal,
Okay.
and I'll share screens. Uh,
Okay. I think I did get everything that you said. So make the occlusion darker, which is okay. That's what you're gonna show me how to do right now with the duplicate and invert faces.
Yes, the
Okay.
outline. I'm gonna show you how
Okay.
to do the outline. First, though, I'm gonna merge your stuff because it's separated right now. Let me share my screen and I'll show it. I'll just do it all here. So
Okay. I see.
let's import this dude, and then here it is. And but right now your FBX has 3 different dudes, and I just want one. Oh, also, let me see. Okay, couple things. You were talking about the wireframe. I don't
Yeah.
see any huge issues with the wireframe. There's some stuff that I don't understand though, like why there's because of here. There's like 3 different. So generally,
Yeah.
you would do something like this,
Okay.
and then GG. But I can see that that's buggy because of this actually. So because I'm not merging them, so it bugged the. So yeah, since these don't really affect silhouette, so whenever a cut doesn't affect silhouette, you can get rid of it. So if any of
Okay. So
these,
all of those.
yeah.
Okay.
So any of these that don't really affect silhouette. So this one does affect silhouette. So if I move it, it will affect. So I'll just keep it. But anyway, just go through and try to see if any of them don't affect silhouette, and if they don't, then you can get rid of them.
Okay.
Something else you need to look out for is right now this doesn't have any smoothing groups, so it's not shading correctly.
Okay.
That's
What is that? Sorry.
okay. Yeah. Let me go over here and all. So when you export from Maya or from 3ds, etc., depending on your export settings, it will just attribute a smoothing group to it. What is a smoothing group? It's basically how your normals are displayed. So right now you can see it's kind of hard to read what the details are. You have a lot of these artifacts, right?
Mhm.
That's because the smoothing groups are incorrect. So it's smoothing everything. It doesn't have sharp edges. Nothing's marked. So
Okay.
first of all, what I would do when you exported, I think you checked apply triangulation. I'm just gonna undo the triangulation here so I get an accurate mesh. Um, didn't work on some points, but that's fine. So I would just go over here. This is Blender. I don't know what you use. Oh, you said you use Blender, right? You do use Blender.
I did Maya.
Oh, you did in Maya. Okay. In Maya, there's a mesh display tab, and then is my Maya license working or not? Let me see. Okay, wait, while that opens. So in Maya, there's like a mesh display thing, and you can set to face, or you can mark sharp, etc. It's basically virtually the same as here, but you'll need to look up a tutorial or something to transfer the
Oh.
knowledge. But basically, I'm gonna clear your normals. So you already have like custom split normals. I'm clearing them. So this is how your model is by default. So you can see
Okay.
it's not shading correctly, as in it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
It's That's a shit way to describe it. Sorry, but
No,
you can see
that's
like
what
how
it
it's
looks.
like bumpy and stuff.
Yeah.
So the what you're gonna do is you're gonna go over and select which edges are meant to be sharp or not. So I'm just gonna assume this is meant to be sharp, and I'll do it.
Oh, okay. I think so. In the tutorial that I followed, I wouldn't be able to tell you who it's by because it's like I found it on like the Chinese YouTube and it was in Chinese. So I don't know. But
Yeah,
they used they so for the sharp edges they took it into ZBrush and then it did like a oh I for it was I've spent so long on this that I don't remember the process,
yeah.
but
No,
it
that's fine.
went into ZBrush and then in ZBrush uh I don't know what tool I forgot, but
Probably the Z
ZBrush made
modeler.
yeah, it made the edges sharper. Okay, but I could have just done that from Maya.
Yeah, yeah. You can do this by hand in
Okay.
Maya. You what you can also do is, since you have UVs, you could in Maya you probably have a document with all the seams in the correct place. You could set hard edges from seams, and that's usually
Okay.
what you do. So when you seam, like when you add let's say there's probably a seam here, right? I would assume
Yeah.
there's a seam like over here.
Yeah,
So
there is.
when you add a seam like here, most of the time, oftentimes you'll also make it sharp.
Okay.
Especially if it's above 90 degrees.
Okay.
So can you see the difference? So there's a difference
Yeah, yeah,
between here
definitely.
where I've marked it correctly and then here where it's not marked correctly. And then
Yeah.
same thing when you like go over here and you're gonna select edges and stuff and mark it sharp. Boom, makes a huge difference. And
Oh,
then
okay.
you can decide if you're gonna mark these sharp as well or not, etc. And of
Okay.
course this also. And then I think it looks pretty good.
Yeah.
So then you'll decide if like this is sharp or not. And this, I'm assuming all of these are sharp because it's
Yeah.
looking correct. So I'm obviously not gonna do it in the interest of time. I don't want to waste your
Yeah.
time, but it's
You're good.
very satisfying to do this. So I do really enjoy like
Yeah.
setting like making smoothing groups. So
Yeah.
yeah,
So
the
that's what a
reason,
smoothing group
yes,
is
yes,
just
yes,
okay.
yeah, your smoothing groups is this soft or hard basically. So yeah.
Okay. All right.
And in Maya, you can set it to face and then go in and fix what you want to be sharp or what you want to be
Okay.
smooth, etc. And then,
So
yeah, go ahead.
so would you say so as it is like right now, the you know the technical part of it, the UVs and the um topology and everything. So I would not put it as it is and like for a portfolio piece, right? I would have to go
Mm.
back and
Right.
kind of yeah, unite all those merge all the vertices and make the UVs bigger and all that. Okay.
Yes, yes, I would definitely do that.
Okay.
This pommel looks really good. So it's
Yeah.
got like it's a pretty nice pommel, nicely detailed. I'm not sure maybe it does need all of this resolution. I'm not sure though.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty
Um.
circular, so I do think it needs all this resolution. So it's pretty optimized. It looks to me though at least that it's pretty optimized. So this is
Okay.
good. This section, like this section over here, is good.
Mhm.
I would maybe like all of these other to look the same, like look like this one.
Okay.
I haven't looked at the concept too much, so I may be talking out of my ass here, and maybe it's different in the concept. But I think it would be
They are,
kind of
but I do agree that the bottom one is nicer. Yeah.
yeah. It's definitely nicer. This will be easier to paint as well. So so
Okay.
yeah, do figure that this is more difficult to paint. Uh,
Yeah.
There's a sharp edge here for some reason. Is this broken? Oh, okay, yeah. So this, yeah,
No.
yeah, this needed to
Okay.
merge. You could run a cleanup on it. Maya has a cleanup tool. You could run a cleanup on it. There's some other weirdness that, yeah, that's because it's too close to each other and not merged. Yeah, so you can run a
Okay.
cleanup on it and do it. I But this is all like just general stuff. You did this to learn, and it's
Yeah.
definitely an amazing learning opportunity making a prompt like this. And you knocked it out of
Yeah.
the park in the texturing department as well, so it looked really good.
Thank you.
I'll make a paint over with my notes. The only notes I have are like this modeling one. I would definitely maybe update these to match the one on the bottom because it's the one that looks the best. And also, I
Okay.
would give it like a little paint over again, and
Okay.
then overall do like a sharpness pass on the whole thing, and just highlight tidbits of like little sharp details that, yeah, like sharp transitions. Those will catch the eye and will be like make it more crunchy and interesting to look at. But generally, I
Oh,
do really like it. I think it'll be a great addition to your portfolio. And yeah, no, pretty good.
okay. Thank you. So I took all the notes of what you said to do. Um, so I'm gonna. Do you think I could? So I'm gonna make all the changes that I can to the texture, and then do you think on our next session we could directly go over like how to do how to fix all the technical stuff that's wrong
Yes.
with the. Okay, so that I
Yeah,
can
and
put it
yeah,
in
I'll
my
redo the
portfolio.
UV with you as well. I'll
Okay.
I'll look at the topology. Well, yeah, we'll definitely do that. All that and do the outline. My bad. We got sidetracked and didn't do
Oh
the
no, you're
outline
good.
today.
You're
But
good.
we yeah, we'll definitely get to that next week. Or yeah, it will have to be next week because I don't have time
Yeah.
anymore, unfortunately. But whenever, if you're free and I'm free, we could do two a week or something like that, depending on. Anyway, but yeah, this week I'm booked, unfortunately. But
Okay.
we could do it next
Yeah.
week for sure.
I will let you know. Yeah, that's definitely what I want to do for the next one. It has to be next week, so I'll let you know next week because like I said, I wish I could tell you more in advance, but like I said, I just got my a new
Yeah, you got a
like
new
part
job. Yeah,
time
congrats
and
on that as well.
yeah. Oh, thanks. So they haven't really booked me on. I don't know when my schedule is gonna be. So yeah, I'll let you know as soon as I can.
Yeah, dude, these
Um,
companies they take their sweet time for sure, and
yeah, yeah, they do.
sucks.
But
Yeah, yeah, no, that's
yeah,
fine.
so thank you so much. That was super helpful. Like I said, I'll make the changes that I know that I trust myself to make with the texture.
Yeah, no, dude, do every change, even the ones you don't trust yourself to
Okay.
make, because those are the best ones.
Okay.
Yeah, you need to fail, and sometimes not. Sometimes you'll actually get the win. So, don't be
Okay.
afraid. No one's gonna die if you like paint it
That's
wrong
true.
or seemingly paint it wrong. Yeah, so do definitely make mistakes. I think the worst thing you could do is well, everyone's afraid to make mistakes, but the worst thing you could do is avoid making them. It is
Okay. Yeah.
daunting and it's difficult, but definitely do make mistakes. And I'm here to help you out and call you out and tell you where you got it right and you got it wrong and why you got it
Yeah.
wrong and fix it as well.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much. Yeah, this was super helpful. I'll
Yeah,
see
no
you
problem.